Good, beautiful evening, everybody. What is up? So I talked about this a little bit earlier, and I think it needs to be addressed a little bit more and a little bit more in depth on a note of where we got lost into the offended thing in life. And I touched base on it a little bit in my last little skit I did. But the truth is, I think it needs to be discussed more often. Or we're never going to break from the cycle of I'm offended over every different thing, that if your opinion's different than mine, you're Hitler, or you're a Nazi, or you're this, or you're that, or you're whatever it is. Like, there's got to be some resolution to the insanity, because it's almost insanity to think everybody should agree with me or with you is bananas, right? We're all different beings of different emotions, different feelings. We all have different passions. And that's a beautiful thing, right? We all have different desires and outlooks of what life should look like. That's why we're individual beings, right? We all have different thoughts and different opinions of what things should be. And what I'm realizing is what most people are getting offended over are just opinions. It's just opinions. Whether it's political opinions, whether it's religious opinions, whether it's race opinions, whether it's gender opinions, whether it's life opinions, whether it's professional field, whether it's education opinions, whether it's entrepreneur opinions, it is all opinions. Sure, there's some facts that probably lie in all that, right? But most of it's an opinion. And we're all entitled to them. We're all entitled to our own opinions. That's what makes us individuals, in what makes us unique and a little bit different than the next individual is usually our opinions and viewpoints on life and how our character is, right? That really differentiates the individualism of us as a citizen in the United States, right? Because if there wasn't different opinions and there wasn't different beliefs and there wasn't different ways of life, we would all already just be little AI robots, and there would be no point of life. If I agreed with everything Vicky said, and Vicky agreed with everything I said, what the hell would we have to talk about? It'd be a pretty boring conversation. It would look really weird after a while. Would you agree? Good evening, Vicky. Thank you for watching. But would you agree? Don't you think life would be... You would find nobody interesting. You'd be like, oh yeah, you think just like I do. Pepsi's the drink. Fiji water's the drink. This is the only religion, or this is the only race, or this. Like, wouldn't life would be really ultimately boring? Yet everybody's getting, not everybody, I'm generalizing, so don't, if you don't get this way, I'm not talking about you. But yet, the error of I'm offended because of the way you believe needs to come to an end. It's a very ugly look. Look, I'm going to tell you right now, nobody's going to agree with everything you think or say, or you agree with, or you believe in. We'll just sum it up really quick. As adults, that's life. That's what creates individuality, opposed to everybody's just this one little sandwich and agrees with the same thing. I think it's an important topic. And I think it's a real easy topic not to ruffle anybody's feathers, because guess what? Everybody's got different opinions. You know what I mean? I mean, unless you're out there doing some heinous, some really crazy shit like harming little children, or, we could go in depth murdering people for no reason, or, that's obviously, like, we all should probably agree that that's a no-no. But every other way of life, if you are not harming another human being, if you are not harming another person's existence, It's an opinion or a way of life. It's just the way it is. It's the way it's always been. It's the way it's always going to be. But I find, like, if I agree with this over here and this person sees that online and just attacks me because it's a different belief than they do, that is, that to me is a brain that's never fully developed, and they have some mental instability or some insecurities that they need to deal with as an adult, right? We all probably do. I got some mental instabilities and some insecurities that I probably need to work on a little bit harder than I currently am at the moment, right? But an opinion is just an opinion. And that about sums up all of politics. Truthfully, I'm not talking in politics in terms of what side I believe is right or what side I believe is wrong. I think it's all wrong. I think they're all corrupt. I think the whole little club that they're in right there has nothing to do with us and wants nothing to do with us. And they're just playing us like a chess game. That's what we're their little pawns, and they're just playing us like a game of chess. That's just my opinion. You may believe completely different than that, and I wouldn't blame you for that, and I wouldn't judge you for that, and I wouldn't get offended by that. That's your life, and that's your viewpoint, and you should have that. But how will we grow as a nation if somebody that has a different viewpoint than you is instantly racist, a misogynist, Hitler? I've heard the craziest shit this past 4 years of my life, 5 years of my life, that I've never seen ever in our culture and humanity. Maybe it's because I'm getting a little older and I'm paying attention to what matters most in life opposed to all the rhetoric, right? Maybe that's what it is. That could be it. But has anybody else noticed that the amount of people getting offended over other people's opinions is like, I mean, it is like very evident to me that there is a really bad shift in culture, and it's just not healthy for us, the people. It's not healthy. It's almost to the point to where, you know, a lot of people are watching what they're saying online. They're not saying what they truly want to say. Well, I'm different. I'm going to say what I want to say, and if it ruffles feathers, it ruffles feathers. That's okay, right? Like, we shouldn't live in a society like that. What comes out of my mouth should not ruffle your feathers. And if so, if it does, we have some emotional work to do, right? We have some work to do on our mental well-being, so when somebody else says something you disagree with, it doesn't ruffle your feathers. It's okay that other people disagree with you. 100%. Matter of fact, I want people to disagree and challenge what's coming out of my mouth so I can grow and learn as well. That's how we grow and learn together as a nation. That's how we grow and learn together as communities. Everybody's mouth shut because they're afraid they're going to offend somebody is going to do nothing but hinder our growth as the people, right? See, I love humanity. I love people. So I like to discuss and talk about things that will hopefully maybe help people see things from a different viewpoint of just, you can't say that, that offends me. Oh, you're Hitler. Okay, I'm Hitler then, I guess, you know. I'm Hitler. Or I'm a misogynist. Or I'm a womanizer. Or you're a this. Or you're... You know, the word game just doesn't work anymore. We're fed up with the word game. It's not going to work anymore. Don't work. We don't care what name you call us, especially those that are living with integrity, honesty, want good for other people. You want good prosperity for other people, and you want the health of the country to be well. We don't care anymore about what you call us. Those sticks and stones may break my bones shit. Like, come on, man, we're in our 40s and 30s and 20s. Are we regressing as a nation, or are we making progress? Because if we keep going off, I'm offended. You can't say that. We're going backwards. What are we in 4th grade? What are we in 6th grade? Like, seriously, sit down and think of the ideology behind what is going on all over the internet, all over the news networks. It is literally Jerry Springer times 1,000. I've never seen nothing like it. The only thing I can compare it to is Jerry Springer, because that's the exact same thing that's going on. I want to be a part and share with our culture and our community out here. And when I'm talking about community, I'm talking about the whole country. I want to be a part of a prosperous generation, not a regressing generation. And name-calling and getting offended over every little stupid thing, or letting one person sitting in office or the next person sitting in office dictate and control your entire life, is childish. It's childish. And I'll take the wrath from that. I'm sure I'm going to get it. I'm sure I'm going to get flack. I'm sure I'm going to get whatever. I'll take it. That's okay. But that's what it is. It's gone bananas, and it's way out of control. It's way out of control. And they know that. That's why they keep propagating. They know it's working, and that's why they keep pushing it out on the news channels every day. It's just a system. It's a system that gets you to hate me and me to hate you, and hate and hate and hate and hate and hate and hate. No, none, one of them are talking about unity or bringing each other together so we can prosper as a nation. It's all, I hate this party, I hate that party, and if you belong to this, I hate you, and you hate me, and I hate you, and we're a hateful nation. How far do you think that'll get you in life? I know where that gets you in life. You know why? Because I was miserable, and I hated the world for 20 years of my life. And I got the worst results I ever got in my life. Until I found gratitude and joyfulness throughout life, I was miserable, and I didn't prosper. And I was a loser. And anybody I came in contact with, I impacted in a negative way. I left a negative memory with that individual for 20-some years of my life. So I know exactly what that does, because I did that to the people around me. The second I woke up, I looked for the negative in everything. And that is exactly what they're doing to this entire nation. And the sad part is, it's working in a lot of people. It's working in a lot of people. When are we going to tune them out? When are we going to tune them out, and when are we going to build a prosperous nation? When are we going to do that? Because what they're putting on these networks are not healthy. And if you cannot see that, if you can't pull yourself back, Patty is feeling a lot better, Jerry. Thank you so much. She's feeling much better. Guess what? Now I'm getting sore throat. Crazy, right? But I'm all medicined up. But Patty is doing good. Thank you guys all for the prayers. She's doing super good. She's feeling healthy again. And I think she just had a bug of some sort. But when are we, the people, as a nation, going to collectively come together and realize what these networks are doing? I mean, it's plain as day right in front of our face what they're doing. If you can just pull yourself back a little bit, just put the left and the right crap away, put the religious stuff away, just for a minute, pull yourself from it. I'm not telling you to pull yourself from God. I'm just saying, collectively sit back for a minute, analyze and critically think what's going on these networks. Pull yourself away and act like you're watching like a TV series show or something like that. And start analyzing and seeing, using some critical thinking, of what the true message is behind these networks on both sides. It's to demoralize our culture and bring us at a lower point of life, and to ruin our culture that we live in the United States. That is exactly what's happening right before our very eyes. And I wish more people, I think a lot of people are seeing it. They're just afraid to speak out about it, and I'm going to speak out about it. And I don't belong to any political party, and I don't belong to any club that's way up here that me and you will never be involved in. Me and you, even if we have different opinions, different beliefs, we will never sit in that club that's up there that is dictating and pulling all the strings of us out here. They're playing us like fools. And unfortunately, by the mass, I think they're winning. But there is a lot of strong people out here, and there's a lot of people, I believe, that have opened their eyes and realized what's happening right before our very eyes. We are leading ourselves literally right into a civil war. We're literally, and I know that's scary, but we are walking ourselves right into that. But it isn't a civil war that it should be against the people that are dictating the strings. It's going to be against one side or the other. And that is ugly. And maybe I pray it doesn't happen, and I hope it doesn't happen, right? But they are walking us right into dangerous shit in our own country. And we're tuning into these channels that are pumping us full of negativity. Opposed to, why aren't they pumping prosperity into our brains every single day? You guys, we become programmed by what we listen to. It does not matter what you're listening to. Eventually, you're going to start believing in that. If it wasn't that way, then why would we have to raise our kids and teach them morals, ethics, and proper behavior, proper etiquette? Why would we have to teach them that? We teach them that way of life so they learn it, because what we tell them and what we show them, they inherently become. Same thing goes for what we're listening to day in and day out. Whether you want to believe that or not, that's exactly how I changed my life. I began to listen to different things, surround myself with different people, choose different actions, which gave me a better outcome. That's exactly how I changed my life. None of these networks are trying to do that for you or me. They're just trying to keep us fighting each other. We're in a real bad spiritual war right now. And the people up here in the club are pushing it really hard on us right now. And I'm not saying who's in charge. I don't know that. None of us know that. It ain't the people they show on TV. I'll tell you that right now. Why would they expose themselves? It's not the people we're seeing on TV. But I'm not saying they're not involved. But they are most definitely not the ones that are really pulling the strings and really shooting the shots. They're not the ones. Do you ever go live? Jerry says, do you ever go live on TikTok? I have a couple times, and I probably will. So I thought about it. You know, I've done it a few times. I did it when we were in the process of doing our services in a couple vacant homes. But I haven't really that much on TikTok. I would like to, though. Yep, just like what Upchurch said. I don't know what Upchurch says. I haven't paid a lot of attention. I have listened to Upchurch, and I think his it's not only Upchurch. There's a bunch of other people that feel that way too. Andy Frisella, a guy that helped change my life. There's a whole group of people talking about stuff like this. And it's very true. And I don't like to get into politics because I know how it makes people feel. That's why I don't claim any side. And I don't discern anybody from any side, because that don't breed unity. It don't breed unity if I say you're an idiot on the left believing this, or you're a moron on the right believing in this. That'll never bring unity to this country. That is doing exactly what the little club up here wants us to do. That's what that'll do. That's why I started this video off stating that everybody has different opinions, and that's the way it's supposed to be. But we all can collectively be adults and come together and put our differences to a side for a prosperous nation. That we can do. Seen it happen. In my lifetime, I've seen that happen. Elites was trying to force him to sign. Oh, up there were trying to force Upchurch to sign on what? Their little message. That's how they're doing it. They're getting with these popular influencers, and they are directing the narrative through the popular influencers. They're paying them $7 grand, 10 grand, 15 grand to deliver a message to us, the people. That is literally what they're doing. These people on here talking about right side politics, left side politics, they're all getting paid to do that, just like these news networks are doing, because they know they're losing the polls in the news networks. Way less people believe anything that's going on the news channels than ever before in history. So they are strategically thinking, and they're finding these up-and-coming podcasters. Me, if you would say something like that, I'm not up-and-coming. I don't think I'm going to become something. But one day they could reach out to me in the future and say, hey, look, if you start delivering this message, we'll pay you this. And you know how many people can be bought? Somebody that has nothing. They've never made more than $1,000 a week or $500 a week. And they're also offering them $7,000 for a 15-minute video. People will bite on that. I don't care what you say. People will bite on that. And a lot of the influencers on the internet are doing that. They're doing it. It's proven. I'm not the only one that's saying that. There's many other people that I follow and have been following for multiple years that don't sell themselves to the devil, the corruption way up here, that are saying the same thing, that have way bigger connections than what I have. Yes, he spoke out on this on YouTube. Yeah, I didn't see that. I didn't see Upchurch say that, but it's truthful. There's a lot of influencers out here being dictated by the people that are way up there. We don't know who they are. You've never seen them. I've never seen them. But they're getting paid to deliver messages. I'm not getting paid to deliver messages. A couple pennies because I monetized, but that's about it. You ain't going to send $7,000 for me to deliver an evil message to the people because I'm for you, the people. I'm for the people of this country. I'm not for the elites up top. I'm not for them. Strike me dead, assassinate me, whatever you want to do. I'm not taking any money to deliver a message that can hinder us, the people. And there's a lot of people on the internet right now that you have probably watched, that I have watched, that is taking payment to deliver a message because they're losing the polls in the news networks. Nobody, this is what it is. The people from the age 60 and up only are believing what's being told on the news. And that's nothing against 60 and up. You should be able to believe what's going on the news. You should be able to believe that. But a lot of them even aren't. You should be able to believe what they're telling us on social media and stuff. You cannot. You cannot. And look, I'm not attacking anybody that does believe what's going on. I get it. We should be able to. But they are not spreading any unity on any of these networks. It's all venomous poison. It is poison to the soul. And it is poisoning our entire culture in the United States. It's rupturing us. I don't know what that cool thing was. Holy cow, Jerry sent me 99 stars. I never had that happen before. Nobody's ever sent me a star. I appreciate that, Jerry. But I do believe that's the truth. If you guys haven't felt it in the culture, that the culture shift for the worse, and you wonder why it shift for the worse, click on any news network. It's all negative, pessimistic, hate towards Trump, hate towards Biden, hate towards Clinton's, hate towards this, hate towards that. If you're left, I hate you. If you're right, I hate you. If you don't believe this way, you're a misogynist. If you don't believe that way, you're Hitler. Tell me any good that comes from any of that. You tell me good that comes from that, and I might shut up and listen to you. Until then, you ain't got nothing to say. It is not prosperous for our country to do that. I've never seen anybody talk that bad about a president all my life, whether it's been Biden or whether it's been Trump. They're creating mass division in this country for a reason. Mass. The country's always been divided a little bit. It's always been, and I don't think we'll ever unite every single soul in this country. I think that's impossible. There's going to be people that lean one way or the other, or they just, they're independent. They don't want nothing to do with none of that, right? And that's perfectly fine too. And that's the way it should be. You should be able to have your opinions and beliefs, and I have my opinions and beliefs that look completely different, and I still love you because you're my neighbor, and you're part of me as I'm part of you. Whether you all believe it or not, if we came from heaven and hell, we're all related somewhere down the line. I know you don't want to think about it like that, but we are. We're all flesh and blood. It doesn't matter what color you are. It doesn't matter what country you came from. It doesn't matter what religion you are. We're all human beings. Y'all know I love humanity. I ain't going to be bought. That's terrible, taking advantage of the elderly. I agree with Jerry 100%. They don't care. They do not care about us peasants down here. That's what they look at us like. We are fleas to them. We are cockroaches to them. Because they got to follow the Constitution. Well, technically they do. And we are in their way of what they want to do. I know it's hard to look at the United States like this because we've been lied to for so many years about the land of the free. And you know what? There is a lot of opportunity here in this country. And I stand on what this country was founded on. And maybe not everything, right? Or how it was done or whatever. Maybe I don't. But every country was founded that way, whether they admit it or not. But here's the thing I do stand on. what's right for the American people. You, me, I don't give a shit what color your skin is. I don't care what gender you are. I don't care what you do with who behind closed doors. I don't care which religion you believe in or if you believe in none. None of that stuff matters to me. What I care about is humanity moving forward in life and not backwards. And we are clearly moving backwards. Culture is really not good right now. But I do believe a lot of people like Jerry and all of you watching has come to your senses and thought, something don't feel right lately. Christmas didn't even feel right to me this year. And I don't think it had anything to do with the Christmas spirit. They're robbing our joy in life. They're trying to rob our joy and our excitement out of life. Whether that's through crazy taxation, crazy inflation, the cost of everything being crazy. Both people in the relationship anymore got to work 60 hours a week just to be able to afford rent. And then they're spewing all this venom on the news networks day in and day out, and now they're paying people on social media to direct a narrative that isn't true. It's insane. It's insane, and it's not healthy for us, the people. This is why I'll fight till the end of my life. Hey, and if the end of my life comes because I'm fighting for the people, I live for purpose then. Because I've always loved humanity, and I've always loved the people. In something that it doesn't sit right with me. Our system isn't transparent enough. They extort billions of dollars out of our money that we work for each year. And I say extort and not taxation, because if you don't pay it, they'll put you in a place and they'll take your any assets that you have, they'll take. That's not taxation, that's theft. That's extortion. That's you will pay this or we'll lock you up and we'll take all your shit. That's not taxation. That's extortion. I don't care how fancy they want to word it. I don't care how much they want to put some sugar on it, make it sound sweet to you. It's extortion. Look up the word extortion and pay attention to it. That's exactly what they do. It's not taxation, man. We need to get that out. And what do we do as Americans? Because we want to be good-hearted Americans. We want to be good-hearted citizens of this country. We say, you know what? You're right. We're going to pay our way. We're going to pay. We're going to pay so we contribute to this country, but they're robbing us. I watched a study of a dude. I don't remember if they were out of Harvard or what college it was. They averaged it out that they could run the country in the same operations they have now for something like 5.2% taxes of each individual. They narrowed it down to something like that. They could operate it the same exact way. That means 20-some% they're robbing us. They're robbing us. You have a powerful voice. I hope you break the internet. Oh, thank you, Jerry. I appreciate that. I don't think that way of me. I don't think that way of myself. I don't believe in myself that way. But what I do, what I am tired of doing is being silent in this country because I'm afraid of offending somebody. I'm not going to be silent anymore. Things need to be talked about. If your feelings get hurt, that's okay. I got feelings too. My feelings have got hurt before. Many a times in my life have my feelings got hurt before. But I still love humanity. And many of times it's been humanity that's hurt my feelings. But I know there's more good people out there than there is bad. I witness it every single day. With the business we run, we've had one person rip us off. 2 people. Out of thousands of people. That tells me right there how many good people there are in this country. And there's a lot more of us good people that want great for humanity than there is the evil ones that want to take from humanity. A lot more of us. Way more of us. And I'm not going to stay silent anymore. I've been biting my tongue for the past 6 years because I'm so afraid somebody's going to get offended and try to ruin what I have going on in my life or my wife's life. But I'm tired of that. I'm not going to do that anymore. I don't want bad for nobody. I ain't racist. I ain't a misogynist. I ain't against women. I ain't against religions. I ain't against immigration done the right way. I ain't against nothing. All I want is good for humanity. So try to burn my bridge because I put all my stuff out there already. I've already put all my addictions and my alcoholic stuff and all that crap that I did 20 years ago out here. So try to burn me. I don't care. That ain't going to keep my mouth shut anymore. I love the people, and I have a passion for you guys, the people. We have to gather it together. We have to come together collectively and realize what's happening to our country. It's not pretty. And it's not left. And it's not right. It's us and them. It's us and them. That's what it is. I don't care what side you're claiming. We're technically claiming something they created that they knew would divide us. They created it years and years and years ago. Decades ago, hundreds of years ago. I don't know how long it's been because I don't know that much about politics. But what I do know is what they're doing is dirty. It's dirty. It's not right. I don't feel right. It don't sit well in my stomach. And when something don't sit right in your stomach, you should usually listen to that. It's not right. I know it's not for the greater good of humanity. I know that. And you do too. I think deep down inside your soul, you know that too. Maybe you don't want somebody to get offended by what you say, and I understand that completely because I've kept my mouth shut for years about it. But it ain't for the greater good of this nation whatsoever. I don't know. I just love all you. I want to see us all prosper. I want to see everybody in this country win. I get excited to see people win. Please don't stop spreading knowledge of mankind. Oh, thank you, Jerry. I never will do that. I will continue to do that until my last breath. And hopefully that's a long time, right? Hopefully I live a long time. I will continue to do that. I've seen patterns this past 6 years that breaks my heart, man. I've seen patterns in my own family. I've seen patterns in other people's family. I've been blocked by people because of something I believe in. And it's just bananas. I'm talking about people that I had a great relationship with. Blocked me over an opinion. One blocked me because I didn't get vaccinated. Isn't that my decision? I don't judge you because you got vaccinated or didn't get vaccinated. But isn't that my body, my choice, right? Isn't that what people were preaching not long ago? I chose not to get that. Right? I don't judge you for getting it. I don't get what we're turning into this country. But it ain't pretty. It ain't pretty. I feel bad for the spiritual war that's going on between left and right, or Christian or Muslim or this or that. Why is it doing that, right? Why are we doing that to each other? Why? What benefit are we getting out of tearing each other apart? What benefit are we getting? Seriously, ask yourself that question. What benefit are you getting out of tearing up somebody that believes in a Republican or a Democrat viewpoint? What benefit? What are you getting, some brownie points and some cookies or some shit? Because it sure in the hell ain't making our culture any better. And I've been guilty of this too in the past. I fell into the rhetoric. This is why I'm so boisterous about it now. I fell into that bullshit. And I woke up one day, I said, this shit is controlling my day. Every time I see this person say this, I am irritated. That's ridiculous. I let them steal my shine. I won't do that shit no more. They ain't renting space up in here around me no more. It's not happening. And I don't want to see it happen for you either. People that care about this country, people that care about the people of this country, I don't care what color you are, sex you are, religion you are, none of that shit matters. You're a human. I don't care. What I do care about is us moving forward in life. We're talking about racism still. Are you freaking kidding me? People are still, are you kidding me? It's 2026 almost. And people are hung up on racism. This shit, that is not progress, man. I can't believe that shit. You're so relatable. Well, that's a good thing, man. But look, we all are a lot more relatable than we think. We're all a lot more relatable than we think, but we let these networks divide us so we can't come together and see how much we do have in common. Doesn't matter your race, doesn't matter your gender, doesn't matter your religion. There's a lot more common ground than these networks are spewing out there. A lot more common ground. Are there some racist piece of shits? Sure there are. Sure there are. But very few. I'm out here every day knocking on people's door of every color. Every religion. I'm in people's home They're 100% Muslim that don't trust anybody else in their entire life. They've never trusted anybody. And they love me and my family. They love me and my family. They give us gifts. They love us. I don't know what is going on, but it needs to stop. People need to start speaking up. We the people need to start speaking up. It's nonsense. There's always going to be left. There's always going to be right. There's always going to be gay. There's always going to be straight. There's always going to be a couple knuckleheads that are ignorant enough to still be racist. Forget them people. It's a tiny, tiny, tiny minority of this country. There's always going to be somebody out there that has a religious belief that don't agree with the other religious belief. So kill each other over it? Get malicious over it? Get ignorant over it? Like, what does that resolve? None of us are God. None of us are God-like. Bunch of us might be children of gods, if you believe that. But why are we attacking ourselves, man? The spiritual world's insane. It's insane. And it's deep, and you might call me a conspiracy theorist. I don't care about those word plays anymore. You're not going to hold me back from speaking my truth. Right? You're not going to do it no more. I'm not going to bite my tongue anymore and not be who I am because I'm worried that I might offend Jerry. Although I doubt I'm going to because they seem to be relatable. But I'm not going to bite my tongue anymore. If something offends you, there's ways to handle that. I used to get really offended too when people believed in something different than me. And then I realized, oh shit, we're all individuals and we get the choice. And we all had different upbringings, different backgrounds, different cultures raised us. Different religions might have raised us. Guess what? If you were raised the way that person was too, you would have those beliefs too. It doesn't matter. Unless they're physically harming individuals, little children or some shit like that. They got wood chippers for that. We'll take care of the little kid pedophiles and shit like that. We'll take care of them. We need to govern our own shit. Because the ones way up here ain't doing it, I'm telling you that. We need to get back to holding people accountable in our own neighborhoods. Or our own, like, I'm not talking about beating people, but come on, hold people accountable. Hey, bro, what are you doing? What are you doing? Let's be better than that. Let's be better than what the news networks are pumping out and these influencers that are getting paid breeding hatred. That's all they're breeding is hatred. It's hatred everywhere. Every channel I turn on, it's hatred. And I freaking love you people, man. I don't think you understand how much I love humanity. Without it, we're shit. What are we? Without us collectively as a whole, what are we? I get excited to go to the store because I never know who the hell I'm going to meet. Because I start a conversation with everybody. You can ask Patty, I don't give a shit what color you are. I don't care what religion you are. I don't care what you wear on your head or don't wear on your head. I don't care if you're in slippers. I don't care if you're in shorts. I don't give a crap. If you're a drag queen, I don't care. I'm going to come and say something to you. Because I'm trying to break the monotony of people. Oh, he shouldn't talk to me because he looks like that. He shouldn't talk because he might believe in that. That's a bunch of bullshit. If I see you out there, I'm talking to you probably. Unless I'm really tired. The only reason you're going to see me not talk is when I'm real tired. And Patty loves that time of night. Because I finally shut up. But I'm serious. I'm passionate about the people. Aren't you passionate about our kids' prosperity? Aren't you passionate about your last name? Don't you want your last name to stand for something? I stand for the people. I know I got a weird Polish-ass last name, Stupnicki. Stupnicki. And they called me Hitler. And my people were whacked by Hitler's people. It's like literally during the Holocaust. But I don't look at it, whatever, man. That was how many years ago? Whatever. Call me whatever you want. I don't care. I don't want to die and know that I didn't try to bring back and give out and do my best to add some value into this country. Some value into the communities we live into. Life is too short. I'm going to be dead tomorrow. I'm sure it's not going to be tomorrow, but it's going to seem like that. Another 20, 30 years, I ain't going to be here. It's just the way it is. Normal life expectancy is between 72, 78, somewhere around there now. It's pretty short. I ain't got much longer to go. I'm 44. I don't want to leave this earth regretting that I didn't say what I wanted to say. I didn't try to do my best to add some positive value to the community. Maybe this will touch one soul out there that can't stand white people or can't stand black people, can't stand Christianity, can't stand Muslims, can't stand left, can't stand right, whatever it is. And maybe it'll plant a little seed in their head like, you know what, maybe they ain't all bad. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a lot more in common than you could even imagine. But they create all these things: racism, religion hate, sex hate, gay or straight hate. They create all this hate shit so we don't congregate and communicate. Because whether you believe it's sinking in your head and becoming a part of your subconscious or not, it is. It is clear and evident that it is. Bro, I wear my heart on my sleeve. It's hard to trust. I got burnt so many times. I stand with them who stand with me in Jesus. Amen, 100%. Bro, I've been burnt so many times, but I also been burnt so many times because I lived the lifestyle that I put myself in around people that I probably shouldn't have been around. That's just the truth coming from me. And it ain't nothing against my past friends. I just put myself around people that I shouldn't have put myself. I burnt people when I was younger. I did stupid stuff, man, when I was addicted. I did stupid stuff when I was an alcoholic. I did stuff I'm not proud of. But I'm proud of the man that I became in the past decade. I'm proud of that man. Because of those past mistakes, I know I'll never be that person again. And that's what formed me into becoming this man. You know, I don't coerce these live videos. I don't come in here and think. I speak from my heart, man. And what I say, I mean. This is the passion I have in you, the people, is the same passion I have when we're going out servicing the people that hire our services. Because I believe in the people so much. I believe they should get the best of everything. And we all can do that, man. We really can do that. We all can unite. I'm not saying everybody's going to unite. Some people will never let shit go. That's okay. You have to. I understand that too. It took me a long time to let go of some things that's happened in my childhood and forgive and move on. It took me a long time. I completely understand how some people just can't let go of them thoughts or them real deep, hardcore core beliefs that they have, right? We all have a set of core beliefs. We kind of ramble through them really quick. We don't even realize we're doing it. It's part of our, it's kind of part of our instinct. Shit goes through our core belief system, and then we kind of figure out if that was right or wrong, right? We all have that. That's our core belief system. Like, oh my God, that was wrong, right? You analyze it, but you don't even realize you analyze it. That's the power of our brains. So I understand some people can't let go of certain things, right? That's why some racism still exists. Because some people just can't let go. And I get that, and I totally understand that. And I'm not bashing them, and I'm not saying some people can't let that stuff go. And you know what? Some people you can't, you can't make them change their mind. But I want to see people move forward in life. I want to see you win in life. Whatever winning looks like for you. I don't care. If you eat less, if winning for you is eating one less cheeseburger at McDonald's a week than you're eating now, I'm rooting you on. I have a passion for the people. If you haven't been able to see that yet, I don't know what to tell you. Because I want the best for people. What I'm saying here live, I'm unfiltered. Saying that, you know how many feathers I could have just ruffled? Do you know I could have ruined my business by saying stuff like what I'm saying? But if that's what it takes to start building some unity in this country and some love again, regardless of your color, regardless of your religion, regardless of your political view, regardless of whatever else, that's what I'm willing to sacrifice. Because I believe that's the most important thing in this country, is our culture and us coming together and growing as a culture. I would much rather our country grow as a culture than just me individually grow as a family. It might sound bananas to you, but I'm not bullshitting. I'll sacrifice everything we've built. And I'm not rich, I'm not none of that, but we're booked daily. I'll sacrifice all that to commute the communities and grow together. I don't care if we go back to throwing fishing poles in the water and catching fish together. I don't care. If that's what it took, I'll sacrifice it all. I'll give it all away. I don't care. Take the computer, take the cell phone, take everything. Take the vehicles. I don't care. Please leave me my pedal bike at least, though. I don't know if I can walk 50 miles to get to the fishing hole anymore, but I'm serious. That's how I feel. I almost feel like we need that to happen again. So we realize how valuable each other are in the communities. Instead of being so distracted and so much shit being pumped into our brains that we just don't even say hi anymore on the sidewalks when we walk by. It's crazy, man. I love the people. And I'll always fight for the people. And I'll always stand up for what's right for the people. I will die for the people. I will take bullets for the people. I will be the first one on the front line. I am telling you this. You know what happens is the first ones on the front line, they're gone. They don't usually make it. But you know what? I will stand on that hill. Because I believe in the people. I've met so many beautiful people this past 5 years of my life. 10 years of my life, actually. I've met so many beautiful people my whole entire life. But this last decade, I met so many beautiful people. The shit they're saying on these news networks and these podcasters that are getting paid spreading venom isn't what I see every day out here. It isn't. There's so many beautiful people out here, it's insane. I mean, their soul, too. I'm not just talking about their outer appearance. I'm talking about their soul. They're good people. And they want good for other people. So I don't believe nothing on news networks say anymore. Not a thing. Not a thing. I don't. Judge me. Call me a conspiracy theorist. Call me whatever you want. I don't care. I don't care anymore because I see what it's doing to the people. And it is not healthy. I've said it in almost I don't know how many videos. Why are we not getting woke up to it's a beautiful day in the United States? What goals can we achieve today to prosper and come together more as a cultivated community opposed to an oppressed, segregated, divided, crime-filled community? Why ain't they saying shit like that? Why ain't they weighing out different things we could do to improve our communities? Because they don't want it. The chaos is what they want. Because that causes us uncomfort in our life. And when we're uncomfortable, we can't focus on what's really going on in our life. When we're uncomfortable, when we all got to work 60 hours a week just to pay the bills, everything's crazy expensive. You got your kids running around. You got your whatever. You got hatred spilled here. We can't focus on what the hell is really going on. Because we're too distracted by all the noise. So we can't come together as a community and say, hey man, what this governor or what this politician over here is doing, we ain't going to tolerate that. We ain't going to accept that. No, they create all this hatred and division so we don't cultivate together in the communities and put a stop to what they're doing. Because we ultimately, deep down inside, we're 400 million strong. There are only about 2,500 of them. 3,500. Maybe I'm underestimating a little bit. We way outpower them. By eons. And I'm not saying, and I'm not vouching for war or nothing like that. But we can put a stop to a lot of this shit if we put all our differences, turn these damn networks off, started tuning into each other, the people, and learning from each other and realizing not as many of us out here don't like you because of your skin tone or your religion or whether you're this or whether you're that. If we turn that shit off and start getting out and communicating with one another, weighing things out, so, oh yeah, ultimately, you know what, you do have some different beliefs than I do. I do have some different beliefs than you, but you want good for your kids and I want good for my kids, and I want to see the nation go forward instead of backwards. I bet you a lot of us can agree on that. I bet you millions of us. I bet you tens of millions. I bet you hundreds of millions of people can agree with that. You're going to have a different belief because you have a different religion than me. I'm going to have a different belief because I have a different religion than you. I have different skin tone than you. Ooh, does that make me a bad person? They call me Caucasian or white. I think I'm pink or peach or I don't know what the hell you call this. Your skin tone's a little darker than me. So what? We should just hate each other because we were born with different skin tone? Get the frick out of here, man. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. And that's bred on purpose. They do that on purpose to keep us divided. They do it on purpose to keep us divided. I know they do. I see it. I can tell when they introduce a new interracial crime thing on TV. I know exactly what they're doing. They're breeding the race card thing again. They're breeding the racist crap again. I can literally watch it play out just like a movie. And then it does exactly what they knew that it was going to do. Entitlements and excuses. I so get you. I don't watch the news, but I heard if another country attacks, it's going to be the grid and the internet. Hey, I've been saying this for 3 years that the next big scare tactic they're going to do is they're going to cut the power. But I don't think it's going to be an act. Listen, man, it's not going to be what they say it's going to be. They're going to do it. They're part of it. The little clubhouse up here, that clubhouse ain't for you and me, man. I'm going to tell you that, right? They got a whole different agenda up there. And it's a one world order type deal. That's my theory, right? I don't know the dynamics or the facts behind it. I know, like, super far off conspiracy theorists, but I know that me and you aren't included in their thing that they want done. I know that for a fact. Just keep swimming. Agreed. Yeah, 100%, man. 100%. I will always stand for humanity. I will never be in the club, and I'll never be sold. I love you guys all. You have a blessed evening.